Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub, Pub Sports Radio, Monday, November 7th. Ian Cameron with Dutch Boy Fresh, Skee Profit. We're ready to break down the Monday NBA card. It is one of the biggest cards we've had on this show in its history. 15 games, mostly because they're taking tomorrow off with Election Day. So we've got 15 games to break down here on the show today. Let's get right to it. Washington and Charlotte. We got TROT in the house now as well. Let's rock and roll. Charlotte, 2.5 point home favorites here. 2-14 the total in this game. Big move down in the total here in this game. I don't have a strong feel. I could only take Washington, but Washington on a back-to-back after being in Memphis last night, losing 103-97. They'll be looking to bounce back. I'm sure as hell not taking Charlotte right now. 0-4 straight up in ATS. Yeah, and I'm still scarred by that Memphis performance on Friday night. Damn right, Brandon. That was ugly. That was rough. If there's an Ian Cameron hell no list like Skee has, Charlotte was on it after that game on Friday night. So I'd lean Washington, but I ain't getting involved here. Skee, anything you like here, Washington, Charlotte?
Yeah, we got 15 games, and it's not really what I want to get involved in. All I'll say is for Charlotte to be favored, that's telling you something. And, it's just really the rest advantage in my eyes, Washington on the back-to-back, because neither team has been really good offensively. I think, Washington to start the year, they're okay on defense, but they've regressed all the way to second worst the last 5 games. And Charlotte, they at least have that defensive advantage. So with the rest advantage in that, I'll lean towards them at the house, but I do think it's an under game. The Wizards play slow in general. And like I said, you have, worst offensive rated team last 5 and third worst. So under or Charlotte.
Yep. Once again, like we saw a lot last year, take Bradley Beal out with injury or whatever. When he doesn't play, all of a sudden the offense just falls right off for Washington. We're seeing it again this year. Dutch, what do you like here, Washington, Charlotte?
Yeah, man. It's Medicaid Monday, so it's only right. You know what I'm saying? We fully loaded here on the panel. Yeah, man. Hey, salute to everyone in the chat. Before we get this show started, I did want to say, though, our guy, man, the Donna who banging sports, DJ Big Boss, man, still under the weather, man, so we need to send some positive vibes to our guy out here. Couldn't even smoke with the motherfucker. He's still too sick. So, let's send all positive vibes to our guy, the Donna who banging sports, DJ Big Boss. Get better, my guy. Put one in the air, take a shot, do something for the big man. Yeah, man. But yeah, for this game, back with this motherfucker, man. I ain't got shit for this.
All right.
Yeah. I hear you. He's been in and out of our college football show on Saturdays because of this bad sickness he's had. DJ Big Boss, terrible. It's been this long, but hopefully he's feeling better sooner rather than later. Wham Bam, we only have him on Mondays, but what a day to have him with 15 games here today. Wham, what do you like here?
Y'all said it, man. Hornets 30th in effective field goal percentage last 5 games. 29th in effective field goal percentage is the Wizards. I don't want to trust anything. I think Skee is right on point, though. They favor for a reason, though. It's no Bill on the other side. It's just a game I don't want to be involved in. 15 games, and then again, I'm right there with you, Dutch, man. Prayers to my boy, DJ Big Boss Brain. Got to get my boy back on the shows, back on doing his thing there.
Back in the motherfucking rotation.
Game. Yeah, he can't even have vacation, bro. It's all
back in the motherfucking rotation, bro.
Come on, man. Exactly. But hey, both teams suck, man. I'm not touching this.
All right, we got Houston and Orlando now as we continue along here. It is Orlando 5-point home favorites, 223 the total. This total's just been crushed down, 230 to 223, even though Orlando's actually gone over the total in 4 straight games. They're off a Sacramento overtime loss at home, 126-123, right after they beat Golden State. So talk about schizophrenia. How many of you got it? Orlando's got it. That's for sure. Those last 2 games. Houston, they just haven't been able to win games at all. 6 straight losses for the Houston Rockets. All but one of them have been by at least 8 points. The only game that they were close in and they covered was the Clippers. Everything else been 8 points or less. So I'm not enthused about taking Houston. If I had to, I'd take Orlando. But the problem is the backcourt still remains shorthanded with Anthony, Fultz, Harris out. I'm not laying points. This clear pass for me here. What do you think, Skee, Houston, Orlando?
Yes, some more bum fights to start the evening. I guess you get them out the way early.
Yeah.
But I just don't feel comfortable laying points with Orlando. I just don't think they're that kind of a team. So if I have to play this game, I think both teams will play up tempo, and both teams bottom 10 defensive rated teams. So maybe the over, but I don't like it enough to put my money on it. It's a lot more games today.
I agree with that, Dutch.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy, UCapper Sports. I see you, my man. Joe Chris in the motherfucking building. Nets, bets, Star Child, everyone rants. I see you, my man. Ski. Don't be scared, man. Back with this motherfucker, man. God damn.
We started with two just beauties on the card here for this Monday with these two games. How about you, Wham?
Yeah, I got action here, man. We're going to go with the
All
Magic,
right.
bro. I think the Magic are favored for a reason. You see the line moving in a direction. We're going to take them early, though. The Rockets are 1-6 ATS so far on the road in the first half. So I think that's going to continue to be the same thing that they do and not be able to cover the first half. This team in the Orlando Magic actually have been pretty good on my boy going crazy. They have been going good at the house in the first half, 3-1 ATS. I think they continue to do that in this game. I think they have the guys to do it. And you got KPJ now questionable. I think that's going to be a bad look for them. Jabari and Jalen are going to be in the lineup, so you probably are going to look towards this over. And you guys talked about it in that span. I do like the Magic in that spot too. 10th in pace. They're 7th in effective field goal percentage, and then also they're allowing 115 points over the last 5 games. So they have been doing it on the other side, not playing that much defense. But I'm on the first half, man. Give me the Nets. I'm sorry, the Nets.
Magic.
I'm on the Nets too, but I'm on the Magic first half -2.5.
Yeah, welcome to live TV, folks, as they say.
There it is.
Yeah, there you go. Live television. Anything can happen. All right, Oklahoma City, Detroit. Oklahoma City, 1.5, 2-point road favorites, 224 being the total in this game. You look at OKC off a double-digit loss at Milwaukee on Saturday. Lost to Denver before that. At home, though, against mediocre teams, this is probably a winnable game for OKC. They're on the road here in Detroit tonight. Detroit's lost 3 in a row. They lose to back-to-back at Milwaukee. They get crushed by Cleveland, 112-88. We'll see how they fare in this game. It looks like Bagley's still out for Detroit. Oklahoma City relatively healthy, which is good to see. A tricky game here overall, but I lean a little bit to the Thunder, slightly on the road. Nothing significant, though. Skee, what do you like here?
Yeah, I can't get with either side, but I can get with the prop. Every time I see OKC, I have to look at the other team's big man. They've had a double-double in every game except for the game versus the Mavericks. And in that game, it was Luka who got the double-double. So I got to look at Isaiah Stewart. He leads the team in rebounds. He's had a double-double 3 of the last 4 games. Only one he didn't get it that last game was versus Cleveland and the Trees. So OKC is the worst rebounding team in the last 5 games. His double-double is +120 for Stewart.
Yeah, absolutely outstanding value there with that for sure. Dutch.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy DK. I see you, my man. Dad Kelly. Winner Circle in the motherfucking building. I see you, my man. LJ from H-Town. Lucky Power, bro. You said 4.5 backwoods, bro. How many games we got today? And you said -120. 4.5 be like -500.
That's big over.
Real talk, minus like 500, bro. Back with this motherfucker right goddamn now, please.
All right. Yeah.
All right, Wham.
Yeah, I'm right there with my guy Skee. I haven't bet this yet, but this is going to be on my card. I think Isaiah Stewart does get to 13, 14 rebounds today. So I'm thinking just ladder it up, getting that plus money that way, just as much as the double-double. So I might be on the double-double too, but I think he gets at least 13 rebounds. So I'm right there with you, bro.
All right, we go to New Orleans and Indiana now. We got the Pelicans 5-point road favorites, 233.5 being the total in this game. The Pelicans off a loss in overtime on the road against Atlanta, 124-121 on Saturday night. That was a back-to-back for them. They beat shorthanded Golden State Friday. Remember, Golden State wasn't playing anybody against the Pelicans on Friday night when New Orleans won that game. They've actually failed to cover in 3 straight. Third road game in 4 nights here as well for the New Orleans Pelicans. Hate to say this because, I really feel New Orleans is a lot better than Indiana, but this is just, it's not a good spot for the Pelicans when you think of all the road games and all the number of games in a short period of time. And you got Indiana just sitting here and wait after a 101-99 win against Miami. And say what you will about Indiana. They've played good ball the last week. 3-1 straight up, 4-0 against the spread. They split with Brooklyn. They beat Miami at home. They played some solid ball, and they catch maybe a little bit of a jet jet lagged, road weary New Orleans team here a little bit going into this game. So I understand why some people like Indiana. Money's come in on Indiana. It's just difficult to avoid the fact that it's just a much greater scheduling situation for the Pacers. They're definitely not the better team, but better situation. I could see this being a close game. You know, New Orleans sometimes struggles. We're asking New Orleans to win games by margin now every time. Not always that easy when you got the bullseye on your back. So I would definitely look at Indiana here. Skee, what do you think? Pelicans, Pacers?
Yeah, I'll look towards Indiana too. I mean, you already touched on it. You pretty much nailed it. It's third game in 4 nights for the Pelicans off of one overtime game. They had another overtime game out of these 3 games that they just had too. So it should be a really tired team going against Indiana, who has 2 days rest here, and they've been playing solid basketball. Last 5 games, they're a top 5 rebounding team, and they've been better offensive rated team than the Pelicans in that span as well. So I like that Miles Turner is going to be in there. At least I know he can hold down the paint, and that's where the Pelicans try to get to most of the time. So I have to rock with the Pacers plus the points here. Road favorites at a rest disadvantage off an overtime game. They will only win 41.2% of the time. So that tells me fade, or they only cover 41.2% of the time. That tells me fade the Pelicans in this spot. And I also speaking of how tired they're going to be, if they're tired, they're not playing no defense. So I know Indiana wants to run. And if it's going to be like that, I see a track meet. I think a lot of points. So Pacers and over are what I'm looking at in this game.
The over, and certainly Indiana, they do have Turner. They have a little bit better defense with him on the floor, but they've had some games even with him back. They've still gone over the total. We'll see if that happens tonight in this one. I like a couple props too. This is actually a game finally I like. I like Indiana. I think the over probably is worth a look too, and I like 2 props for Indiana. These 2 guys have been good. We know Halliburton, it goes without saying, but what about my guy from Canada here, Benedict Mathurin? This guy has just been outstanding here for the Indiana Pacers this year. I think his point prop always worth a look these days, especially when you got New Orleans. I could see their defense being a little weak tonight because they've been on the road for so long. What do you think here, Dutch?
Man, what I think is, man, fuck the Indiana Pacers, bro. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I can't believe all this fucking.
They've won 3 or 4 though. Dutch.
Skeezy Joe right on the bet. How many games has Bi and these guys Zion even fucking played? Talking about they're tired already. Like these motherfuckers ain't even played half the games lately, bro. Like I don't believe they're tired at all. I mean, half these motherfuckers, all these guys ain't even fucking been in the lineup lately, so they're tired. Like have they even played in all these road games? I don't even think so. So Indiana Pacers, fucking line them up and knock them the fuck down, bro. Real talk. There's levels to this shit, and the Pelicanos bench can fucking compete with these guys. I mean, come on now, man. You got Zion, you got Bi out there, you got CJ McCollum, you got Big Val playing too, right? Am I missing something here? Because I don't understand all this love for these motherfucking Pacers, man. Lock it up. I know it's down for 5.5 to 5. Whatever you want to give me, I'll take this bitch straight to the window, and we're gonna hit them straight over motherfucking head. Believe it. The Pacers are a fade right now. I don't understand. Like, yeah, they played a little bit better basketball. They covered a little bit. They're missing Dorte, who could get hot. They're streaky as fuck. They got a lot of streaky players. But the Pelicanos, man, awful loss. They have not. I know it's a short sample size. They have not lost back-to-back games this year. And I do believe turnovers are going to be an issue here. The Pacers turn the ball over an awful lot, 15 turnovers per game. The Pelicanos third in steals. Watch these swarm these boys. Watch the Pacers not be able to get over half court half the motherfucking time. Also, the Pacers don't really fucking stop anybody. You guys touched on how that defense is. Well, now you got the Pelicanos coming in, shooting 48% from the field, 4th in the league, 38.5% from 3, top 10 in the motherfucking league. And what are the Pacers going to do? I don't think nothing. I think the Pelicanos are going to get in that ass early and often. Pelicanos -5. It's good money, man.
All right, liking the better team here, and there's no denying that. Pelicans
There's
are
levels to
better.
this shit,
See if they overcome the road schedule that they've been dealt. What do you think here, Wham?
I'm right there with you, Skee, man. I think this is a tough fucking scheduling spot, bro. This is the 4th game in November for the Pelicans. This is the 2nd game in November for the damn Pacers, bro. It's just tough, man. It's a tough spot, and you know how it is in the NBA, bro. And especially when these 2 teams are kind of conflicting each other. One is the best points in the paint team in the Pelicans, and the other team is the best at holding opponents in the paint in the Pacers. That's actually one of the sneakiest stats. You probably didn't even know it. Then you probably didn't know that they're 4th in 3-point percentage over the last 5 games for this Pacers team. So they're going to be up and down the floor number 7th, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry, number 3rd in fast break points. The Pelicans are 22nd in that regard as far as what they're allowing opponents so far this season. So I think that you do got to look at the Pacers here. I think it's just a tough spot. I haven't bet this one yet, but I figured that I was going to be talked in on this one. I think I'm right here siding with you and Babano, bro. I think the Pacers are a spot. Sorry, Dutch, bro. I love the shirt, though, my
shit, I'm
guy.
a lone wolf, man. Yeah, it's
That's
cool.
all right. Lone wolf. Sometimes lone wolf is a good thing. We'll see if it is tonight with
Well,
this
when
one.
you playing in the Indiana Pacers, I'm happy to be a lone wolf, motherfuckers. God damn it.
Hey, they've been getting me paid lately, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, all good things come to a motherfucking end, homeboy. I'm sorry, but tonight might be that night. I mean, come on, man.
We'll see. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Phoenix and Philadelphia. Phoenix 2.5 point road favorites. 214.5 being the total. Looks like for Philadelphia, no Harden tonight. Joel Embiid every single day is a game time decision. Although it looks like he's missed the last 3 games. He was in shoot around today. His full participation certainly makes you think he's going to play. He'll probably try to play because you got a marquee opponent coming in here. That being said, I like Phoenix. They're a better team. It's a short number. I came back to the Suns after, I don't know what happened to them the first game against Portland on the Friday show, but they were just dreadful. And I said, wait a minute, though. This will be a wake-up call. They'll play Portland again Saturday. They'll bounce back strong. And I went first half full game again on Phoenix, just like I did Friday, and they rewarded me on Saturday coming back to them. I like them here. They're red hot. And if you look at series history, they've dominated against the Sixers. They've done very well head-to-head against Philadelphia. They've won, 6 straight, 6-0 straight up, 5-0-1 against the spread the last 6 head-to-head meetings, all in favor of the Suns. Give me Phoenix here. I'm going to go money line just to be safe. Go with the money line, minus 145. Skee, Suns, Sixers.
Yeah, the number, I took this one earlier. It was a little cheaper when I took the Suns money line, but the reason it was that low, in my opinion, was just because it's 3rd game in 4 nights for Phoenix. But looking at that last game, they were blowing them out. Like, nobody even played 30 minutes, you know? It was just, I don't count that. Like, I don't think they're tired from that game. And then the Sixers, Embiid, is him being back even going to be a good thing? I mean, last we saw him, he couldn't even get up and down the floor. He was out of shape.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Until he proves to me that he's back in, MV caliber Embiid, I'm not going to bank on seeing that. I would have faith in Maxey. Maxey's been consistent. But other than that, the slight rest advantage for the Sixers, I don't see why people would even like them in this game. Phoenix just been playing way better. Top 5 offensive rated, defensive rated team in the last 5 games, and a much better rebounding team than the Sixers in the last 5. So I got to rock with the Suns in this one.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Monty Williams got his starters off of the court pretty early a Saturday night against Portland, so freshness should be there, even with this being, like you said, 3rd and 4. What do you think, Dutch?
Yeah, man. Shout out to JT, Stimio G, Don Mac. I see y'all, man. Shout out to Win too with the 199 dono. We appreciate you. I'm sure all these motherfuckers like Halliburton, anything. I mean, they're all over the fucking Pacers. So I'll answer the question for them. I'm sure they would say yes, motherfucker. All right. But yeah, back to this game. I'm all over the Suns. Ski talking a little bit more what I like on this one. I'm all over the Suns here. Got it a little early. It's up to 2.5. Now I still endorse it because we fading the fuck out of these Sixers, bro. Come on, man. I mean, really, we could fade them when they had James Harden and Embiid. Embiid, I don't even think wants to be out there right now. He's in shoot around. Go or not, I'm on Phoenix. I don't give a fuck if he wants to play or not. The Sixers are fading me. They're 1-4 at the house against the spread this season. 3 and 7 ATS last 10 versus the Western Conference. And the Suns are playing with a chip. Obviously, I don't like seeing Mr. Cam Johnson going out with the meniscus. He was looking real nice. Hate to see that. But they do have a team. They're well coached. Maybe like you guys touched on it. They put it on the Blazers. They're really the only team they've overlooked this year has been the Portland Trailblazers. They lost 2 games to the Portland Trailblazers, and then they wanted to, show out a little too much there in Phoenix, and you've seen what the fuck happened on Saturday afternoon. But yeah, man, the Suns playing with a little bit of chip. I think people kind of wrote them off a little bit. I kind of did a little bit, but 6-1 ATS against the number last 7, 5-0-1 ATS last 6 meetings versus these boys. So they do play Philly very well. 6-0 straight up last 6 meetings. 1.5, 2.5, whatever it is. This is good money right here with the Phoenix Suns.
All right, wham bam.
Yeah, man, I'm right there with you guys, bro. I think the Suns are definitely spot. Even if Embiid is in there, I don't trust bro at all. I'm not going to trust Embiid till we see it. But what stops me and what didn't, reason why I didn't pull the trigger is because what fucking Razor is saying. Razor says, "Well, you know what's up." You know I'm laughing because I kind of don't trust the finger roll boy in Aiden. And then my boy Razor says in the chat before that one, he says it's only 2.5, and he started laughing. I'm like, ah, damn. I know Razor. We know how he is.
It was like a pick of one though, man. This
Yeah,
motherfucker
you know,
Frankie
it should
Billy,
a little on Phoenix. It's moved a little.
That's a homer pick, his ass, man. We
I
call it a
know.
homer pick.
That's what I thought. That's why another reason why I was kind of grinning. But I kind of understand what Dutch is saying. I mean, they have owned the matchup, bro. 6 straight and 1 end covered. And it just seemed like this is a team that's taken everything about the regular season serious. And a team in the 76ers without him Harden, I think it's just so much to overcome, bro. So I don't want to touch this game at all. But this ain't a backwood for me. I think that it's a good game. And I wouldn't be mad at either side of how you end up.
All right, Milwaukee, Atlanta. Next up, we've got the Bucks, 4-point road favorites. Fearing the deer on the road, are we? While they're 9-0, it's been an incredible start to the season for the Milwaukee Bucks. Atlanta, that dreadful game against the Raptors, but they bounced back, beat the Knicks and the Pelicans at home on Saturday night. We'll see if they can keep this up here. I'm already on Milwaukee. I didn't even get the best number. I only got 3.5 with Milwaukee. It's up to 4 now, but you can't go against this team right now. They're locked in. I like what I'm seeing from this group. They're looking to get to a 10th consecutive win, which would move them into a tie for 11th all time in terms of best starts to a season consecutively without a loss. They've just been absolutely magnificent. Giannis, Drew Holiday in particular, terrific for the Milwaukee Bucks early in the season. They've gotten contributions. Brooke Lopez is chipping in. Grayson Allen is chipping in for the Bucks. I mean, it's just been a whole team effort. Defense has been terrific. Last 2 of the last 3 games, they've given up fewer than 100 points. That defense is tightening it up for Milwaukee right now. And again, take out Trae Young, you take out Atlanta. That's the way you got to look at it here if you're Milwaukee tonight. And as far as Trae Young goes for this game, he has a game-time decision. Bogdanovich is out. Still the same people out, it looks like, for Atlanta, for Milwaukee. Ingles, Middleton, Connaughton have been out for a while, but they're going to be out again, but they've been missing for a while. Trae Young right now, questionable with that shin injury that might keep him out of this game. So keep an eye on that. But I like Milwaukee, regardless of Trae Young's status. Skee, what do you think, Bucks, Hawks?
Muted, my friend.
I think Atlanta's going to be really motivated to, beat the Bucks anytime they see them. That doesn't mean they will beat them, but I definitely know they're not gonna overlook them. Like, they're gonna get up for this game, and they play better at the house than they do on the road. But the Bucks, they've been the best team in the league so far, best defense. I mean, they're number 1 rebound in the last 5 games. Until somebody beats the Bucks, like, why would you bet against them? That's just how I feel. It's not a terrible spot for them or anything like that. I mean, I guess you would wait to make sure Giannis plays, but I'm not looking to bet against the Bucks right now the way that they look. Bucks are pass.
I agree with that 100%. They're playing great basketball, both ends of the floor. Dutch?
Yeah, Aaron G would agree with you as well. Skee, Andrew G, I see you, my man. BJ, I see you, my man. Everyone, hit that like button. What we got? About 244 up in here right now. Let's run them motherfucking likes up like we about to run them accounts up. Believe it. This game right here, man, this is exotic as a motherfucker to me because this game I like a lot. I can't wait to watch this basketball game. I'm gonna take a little easy on my on Skee's guy Trey because he got me paid on Saturday. He will play. He got a little eye. Get them little goggles on, whatever the fuck he was wearing. He'll be all right. But I know one thing he's thinking is I hope to God that that Holiday gonna take them out there Murray, right? He's hoping that shit. Please don't let Drew come over here. You praying to the gods for that, but that probably won't happen, Trey. I like the Bucks first half here. I do, but I didn't bet it because I got 5 plays today, and I crossed off 2. One was in this game, and one was in the Dallas Mavericks game. I like the Bucks first half here, but I don't think I have to bet it here because would I be surprised if Atlanta actually comes out and takes this game a little bit more serious? I mean, come on, Milwaukee, like Skee touched on, and Milwaukee is 8-0, so I mean, come on, man. They're bound to lose, but I can't fade the Bucks like everybody's saying. Why fade them now? I would definitely, if you have to bet this game, it would be Milwaukee first half. I think that's probably a pretty solid look here. Ram Bam, you like this one, my man?
Oh, I do, my brother. I do. And I did bet what you crossed off, my boy. This is the official bet for me on the Bucks first half -2. I think that this is just a spot that we cannot take away or take for granted, bro. As much as I agree with Skee, they are going to be motivated to beat this team. As far as Atlanta, They are going to be motivated, but let's be real, man. The last few games, they should already be in that realm because they damn near, they damn near. My apologies. I just messed up the score, bro. I'm like, damn, what was I at right here? They just damn near won against the New Orleans Pelicans, right? They very close game with that game, and then the other game that they kind of had the rivalry going on with the Knicks. They won against a gritty grind, the Knicks team. I think they may be a little fat happy, bro. I think they may be a little fat happy at least early on to start off the season. I'm sorry, to start off the game. I'm going to continue to back this trend, bro, with the Bucks first half. On the road, 4-0. They haven't lost at the house. I'm sorry, on the road so far in the first half. They continue to do it. 4-0 so far. So I'm going to continue to back that. I do know the Hawks are a lot better at the house. I do know they have the players to continue to be physical down in the paint. But against a team that's rested Giannis, the Giannis is rested. I think he continues to do his thing. So the Bucks early is where I'm going to go with. I think they can wire to wire. This can be a trifecta spot. I do agree with the -4s out there. I do agree with people liking them full game. But I'm going to just stick in and key in on them early. I think they continue to do that. And the Hawks possibly be able to figure it out down the stretch. I think the Quavo stuff is already over with the last game with the Pelicans. So now we can fade the Hawks, bro. And I'm going straight to here first half to the window with the -2.
All right, Portland, Miami. We got the Heat, the 6-point home favorites, 217.5 the total in this game. You know what? I kind of like the Blazers a little bit, and I faded the Blazers in the 2 games against Phoenix because I thought Phoenix would wipe the floor with them. They didn't the first game, and obviously they paid them back in the second game. But I've been impressed with no Dame Lillard, with no Anthony Simons the last few games. Dame's missed 4 in a row, although it looks like he's going to be back tonight, and Simons might actually be back tonight as well. Questionable with the foot injury. He's upgraded to questionable, and Damian Lillard will for sure play tonight, returning from that calf injury. He's missed the last 4 games. That's obviously significant. But even without Lillard and even without Simons, the last 2, the effort's been there in a couple, to beat Phoenix the way they did. You can say Phoenix sucked, but Portland did something right. They hung tough with Memphis, only lost by 5. They beat up Houston after they got clobbered by Miami. And that's another thing, too. This is their another game with Miami, and it was in that Miami game when Damian Lillard got injured in that 119-98 loss to the Heat. So now Lillard's back. You're trying to avenge that loss. Miami, to me, is still not a team I'm comfortable laying points with. I mean, look at them laying 3.5 or more. Look at Miami this year. Didn't cover against the Raptors, lost outright to the Raptors. Laying 4, Sacramento, lost on the road. 4.5 at home against Sacramento. They won by 3. 3-point road favorites at Indiana last game. They lost outright. I mean, they definitely obviously have had some injuries. Looks like Jimmy Butler, though, who's missed some time, is ready to go after missing consecutive games with that hip. Tyler Hero is a game-time decision for them here with a ankle injury. Regardless, Miami's not covering as these moderate to bigger favorites. Portland's been giving you good, solid team effort every game. Now they get Dame back, revenge spot, catching points. I like Portland here. Skee, what do you think? Blazers, Heat?
Yeah, Miami hasn't looked as good as I, would think they should be, especially defensively lately. So I would probably just roll with getting the points with Portland until Miami can show me, that their defense or that they can be consistent in general. Miami does have rest advantage, but I just don't feel comfortable laying it with them. I probably like the under a little bit more. Both teams bottom 10 in pace the last 5 games. And I know it's Lillard back in the lineup, but first game back, maybe he's still a little bit rusty from being out for a little bit. So I'll lean Portland, but not in my pocket.
They never played defense under Terry Stotts. They didn't really play defense the first couple years for Chauncey Billups. But this year so far, they have Portland. I mean, they've definitely improved at that end, and you're seeing it. And they've been under machines, actually, Portland, with their game totals. Dutch. Now he's muted.
I follow Skee's lane. I follow him. Yeah, man. Shout out to Anderson and Ocean. They both liking the Blazers. A lot of love for the Blazers in here. So they right with you, Bobano. But me, my man Lucky Power knows right what I'm about to do with this. Back with this motherfucker, man. Come on now.
All right. Yeah.
All right, Wham.
Yeah, this was backwood for me too, bro. And
All right. Yeah.
I didn't know Dame was gonna play, so
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you with the plays, but it's backwood. I had enough for this.
All right, nothing wrong with that. We go to Toronto, Chicago. Chicago Bulls 2-point home favorites, 220.5 the total. They just played last night against each other. Yes, they did in Toronto, and now they're playing each other this time in Chicago. So a home and home here with the Raptors and the Bulls. Raptors get the victory last night, 113-104. Now they are back in Chicago. I know there's a long-term trend, and it dates back to even when Dwayne Casey coached this team. That the Raptors on the back-to-back for the longest time have been one of the better teams on a back-to-back. We'll see it but lately not so much. I'm actually looking at the shorter term, 2-5 ATS, the last 7 in back-to-back. So it hasn't been as good lately for the Raptors. Yet the money's come in on Toronto because of the injury situation here. Kobe White out, Lonzo's still out, Andre Drummond game time decision, Zach LaVine game time decision, Derek Jones game time decision for the Chicago Bulls. So a banged up basketball team. LaVine questionable. LaVine missed the game last night against the Raptors. We'll see if he's back in tonight. And as for Toronto, yes, Siakam. We'll see if he's good to go tonight. But it looks like no, he's out for a while still. Siakam there, Joe Chris. Siakam's still out. They expected his absence to be at least 2 weeks with that abductor strain that he's dealing with. So still going to have him out. They did get Freddie Van Vliet back last night. It is a back-to-back, so they're going to be cautious with his minutes, load management. We'll see. There's just a lot going on. I'm passing the game. If the Raptors had lost last night, maybe I'd back them tonight, but they won last night. Chicago may be in the more, hungry spot, if you will. So a pass for me. Skee, what do you think? Raptors, Bulls?
Yeah, I don't want to get involved. Usually I like these back-to-back spots, but I just don't like this one.
Yep.
No Siakam. Van Fleet just came back. Now he has to play back-to-back. Don't know if LaVine is going to play. I don't feel comfortable with this game.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Dutch?
Know something, man. I don't know about next week, but I know about right now. This is backwood number motherfucking 5, please. Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, Lou, Dutch,
Jose,
Vega
put the
there.
motherfucking juice down. Put the little beatbox down, man. Come on, man. It gotta be a little quicker than that, little motherfucker.
Look at that. Giving Jose a little bit of
Shout out to
break
Jose,
there in
dude,
the
on the one and
background.
twos, filling in for the
He
ice
is.
man, though. It's all
Yeah.
love, man. It's all
I'll be
love.
ready to hit that trigger button with the backwood. Yeah. All right. Wham Bam. Anything you like here?
I'm not sure if I'm gonna have anything on this game, but I am leaning towards the Raptors. I think the speech that Nick Nurse gave the guys maybe just sparked a little something. 10 blocks for the rookie, 30 points for Fred Van Fleet. Doesn't like the back-to-back, but since they're playing the same team back-to-back, maybe a little bit better for him. I don't think LaVine will play today. He's still listed questionable, so if he is in the game, it probably help him. But that's the way I'm looking. I'm looking towards the Raptors.
All right, Boston and Memphis now in Grind City. We've got Boston 3.5-point road favorites, 231 the total in this game. Memphis has been starting to heat up a little bit. 3 straight wins for them: Portland, Charlotte, and Washington. They won the last 2, albeit not the greatest of competition, but they've been able to put some wins together. Boston has put 2 straight wins together against Chicago and New York. It's the 3rd game in 4 nights for them. It is a 3rd game in 4 nights for Memphis, too. The difference is Memphis has the day off, or Memphis is on the back-to-back, rather, after playing last night. Boston has the day off after playing in New York on Saturday night. So we'll see how this goes. When you look at these 2 teams, when they played head-to-head, it's been shootouts. That's been the common denominator. 4 straight overs, 233, 258, 227, and 249. Those have been the point totals. So I'm not involved in the side, but I like the over in this game. Celtics and Grizz. Skee, what do you think here?
I didn't have that game, or here's my sheet. I'm sorry, but
Pass
I was like, damn.
Yeah,
I was like,
The NBA had that game, Skee.
I like this game a little bit. But then I dismissed it earlier this morning just because I like the other games more. I was thinking over Grizzlies on a back-to-back. Usually on a back-to-back, or when somebody's tired, I think defense goes out the window. I know Grizzlies been playing at top 5 pace the last 5 games, and Celtics I feel like they're comfortable playing with pace too. So I just feel like all the time when these teams play, it's high scoring, and I was leaning towards over. I know it was number 3 in 3-point percentage for the Celtics, number 6 for Memphis, and I don't know. I just see a lot of points. What you guys think on this one?
I agree. Yep, Dutch.
Yeah, man. Well, you touched on it. You said, there's been a lot of points recently. Well, another thing that's common in these matchups is Boston gets in that motherfucking ass. 12-1 last 13 motherfucking meetings versus these boys. 12-1, 5-1 ATS last 6. I mean, Boston is a bet on team on the road as well. 14-6 ATS last 20 road games. Give me the motherfucking Boston Celtics. Bleed green. My guy, Mr. Nasty Nate, and Mr. Trifecta Nasty Nate in the motherfucking building says trifecta spot, man. I'm with it, but I'm gonna go full game -3.5. Give me the hooker. I'm gonna take it. I think the Celtics are good money here. Obviously we got Memphis in the back-to-back. Memphis is 1-4 ATS last 5 against the spread. 1-5 ATS at the house last 6 versus the Celtics. In the back-to-back situation, do I think Ja will do his thing? Yeah, man. But give me JB Tatum, Brogdon off the bench doing his thing, man. They should have Horford out there with the day rest. He should play. I can't wait till Rob Williams comes back to these motherfuckers. We really gonna get paid, but we gonna get paid tonight. Bleed green. Boston gonna grind it out and grind motherfucking City. Believe
Keep
it.
in mind,
3.5, good money.
Boston more of an over team too until Robert Williams gets back. A little more small ball lineup, push the pace, and Steven Adams may not play for Memphis. So if he doesn't
Yeah, he's
go,
questionable.
you're going to have small ball lineups both sides and more pace and probably less defense. So
Hey, and watch out for that boy Hauser, man. He's housing him from deep, man. Hauser, he's stroking. He'll get him in. Watch out for him. They might have found a 3-point shooter because we know Boston needs 3-point shooters.
Yep. So because again, they're big. Steven Adams is banged up and may not play either tonight. So keep an eye on that. Wham, what do you think?
All right, so I'm right there. I agree with everything that you guys are saying. The Celtics love 3-point shooters. Over the last 5 games, they averaging 16.2 3-point makes, and they had a franchise record last game. It dropping threes as well. So I think that you're right on the money, Skee. Like they're gonna probably not play as much defense for the Grizzlies on that regard, especially if they have to worry about the boards or gang rebound on the boards there, especially with Steven Adams out. I'm going to think that they're going to try to rotate the ball, try to play a little bit better offensively and worry more about the offense than defense. So I agree with the over, but I'm going to take a guy that's been going over his assist prop for about 77% of the games that he's played. 7 out of the last 9 games is Desmond Bane, over 3.5 assists. He's averaging 4.5 for the season. Over the last 5 games, this has came back, but he did go over this assist total last game. Over 3.5 is at plus 110. Last time I checked, I got it at plus 115. So you're getting plus money there. Again, it hit 7 times out of the 9 games that he's played. So I expect him to continue to be able to rotate the ball, be a focal point on defense. I have to get rid of the ball and probably hit Ja for open 3 or hopefully Santi Aldama, whatever the rookie kid there. I don't know if his name is, but Beto knows that he's going to help me out there. But for the most part, I think those guys are trending towards the over, so I agree with the over. Yeah. But I'm going to go over the 3.5 assists with Desmond Bane. I think that's just a good spot, good value there for him.
Yeah, no question about that. A shout out in the chat to UCapper Sports. That would be the one and only Ronald Cabang in the chat there. Good stuff. Joining us here on the Pub Hub show. Yes. All right, next up we got New York and Minnesota. Minnesota 2.5-point home favorites. 235 the total in this game. This total's been hammered up, and you can. Minnesota to me is still that team that's. You'd think here coming into the year, you bring in Rudy Gobert, you try to help this defense out, and the defense is still kind of. Well, look at the last few games; they're giving up 40% shooting or close to it against Houston, Milwaukee, Phoenix. It hasn't exactly helped, and he hasn't even been in the lineup lately with the injury. Gobert. COVID protocol, missed the game against Houston, out already tonight. And that's the thing, too. People see this. People are right to see this, that when Gobert's out, less defense, faster pace, the whole bit. And I think people sense that here with the total betting it up the way they have. New York, you look at them, they just gave up a 133 spot to Boston. I can't say I've been impressed necessarily with them defensively one game to the next. So the over is probably the right move here in this game. It probably has a good chance to go over that number. You look at on the Knicks side of things tonight, it looks like Grimes is game time decision. Mitchell Robinson for the Knicks has already been ruled out. So you're going to have basically your 2 starting 5s the centers basically missing in action tonight, which is going to speed things up, and it's going to be a worse defensive side that they put out there, both sides. So I understand the total being bet up. That would be the move. Rather than look at a side, I would look at the over. I would probably bet the Knicks if I had to, but I can't say I'm thrilled to want to back them at the moment. What do you think, Skee? Knicks, Timberwolves?
Yeah, this total has already gotten away from, it's moved too much, but I agree with the direction it went. No Gobert, obviously less rim protection, and Minnesota's going to play probably a little faster, and they're already playing at the second fastest pace the last 5 games. Knicks, I think they're good with playing with pace. They're 7th the last 5 days, and Knicks defense hasn't really, I haven't really been liking the Knicks defense lately. So I do agree with the move on the over, and I didn't play anything in this game.
Yeah, I think the Knicks were added to the hell no list for Skee last week, so I know why he's hesitant there with them. Dutch, what do you think?
Yeah, man, this one, I kind of want to be on Minnesota here, but I don't need this shit in my life. So back with this one.
All right. Yeah.
I agree. Laying points with a team that's only beaten Houston in their last 4 games. I understand why you're hesitant here, Dutch. What do you think, Wham?
Yeah, Knicks' first half is not the same on the road. They're 1-3 ATS. We only doing that shit at the Garden, bro. So this is a backwood for me as well.
All right. Yeah.
Right, Denver and San Antonio Nuggets, 7.5-point road favorites, 234. This total's also been bet up here, just like the last game. Not as much, but still a bit. We've got the Spurs off a 126-101 loss to Denver in the Mile High City on Saturday. Now the rematch in San Antonio. I don't know. I mean, the Denver beat the Lakers, and then the Lakers came back and beat them in revenge. So this is not the spot I want to lay with Denver. You get it? I know they just pummeled San Antonio. If San Antonio's got any kind of spirit, you'd think they'd want to answer back. They've kind of fallen apart. They've kind of looked like the team we expected them to be, the lottery team coming into the season. 0-3 straight up, 0-3 against the spread. Their last 3 games, it hasn't been pretty. But I'm not going to lay 7.5 or 8. I'd lean over. That's about it for me in this game. It'll just very small, light lean to the over. Probably won't get involved. What do you think, Skee? Denver, San Antonio?
I like this game. They just played the other day, and Denver spanked them pretty much. And Spurs had their guys back. They had, Vassell and Keldon Johnson. They both had 20-plus points. Still wasn't enough. They lost by like 25. So I just think Denver is playing good basketball right now. Top 5 offensive rated team last 5 games, and they're number 6 defensive rated team. So that's the one area that was missing to start the season. They're starting to pick it up a little bit here. So, they've already seen they could beat on this team. It's the 3rd game in 4 nights for the Spurs. I have to like Denver here. Road favorites of 6 or more after winning as a home favorite in one of these, short turnaround scenarios, 2 days or less, 21-8 against the spread. And if they won by 20 plus the last game, it's 8-1 against the spread. So I like Denver full game. I like Denver first quarter because plus 5.7 margin compared to minus 2.6. And just like Luka, what's the name? Jokic plays the entire first quarter. So I like that. And I think it's going to last throughout the first half too. So Smack City really on Denver. And then the total, these teams just played, like I said, and the bookmakers adjusted that total down. And that's pretty much just telling me, they're expecting it to be another low-scoring game. The first one went under. I think it's another under here. The last 5 games for the Nuggets, they've stayed under 232. Right now we're at 234.5. In the last 4 out of 5 games that they won 4 out of the last 5 games, and they were all by margin. So I think Denver's the right side, and I think the under is the right side.
Yeah, and even San Antonio, 3 of the last 4 have gone under for them. And now you're starting to see Denver put their shit together now. Murray, KCP, Porter, Gordon, Jokic, they've had a solid, steady starting 5 now for a few games in a row. And we're seeing the possibilities with Denver that they could be pretty dangerous. What do you think, Dutch? He's back, wouldn't it?
All right. Yeah.
I could even understand what a muted Dutch was saying there. We didn't even have to hear what he was talking about there. We knew he was backwooding this shit.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
Wham! What do you think?
That's fucking hilarious. He's backwoods it. That's fucking funny. Now you know what, bro? This was going to be backwood for me, but I know my boy Skee was gonna have to talk me on this Nuggets spot. I didn't trust the Nuggets. We all talked about it. They have probably been getting their shit together, like Bapano just said. And this team can't score, bro. You talked about it, Skee. Their best guy is still averaging a dub, and they still can't do it. They still can't do it. They can't even get to 110 points. Last time it was like November. It was, October 20 something. It's been a long time since they had 110 points. I would just say that. So I don't think they're going to get to 110 points today. And if that's the case, they're not going to be able to beat this. They're not going to cover this spread at 8. That's what I would say here. So I'm with my guy Skee here. I haven't bet this game, but this is one of the things that's going to be on my radar once we start cashing a couple tickets.
All right, we got Brooklyn and Dallas. Dallas right now 6-point home favorites, 216 the total here. Dallas off a narrow win against Toronto. They were up comfortably. Toronto rallied back but fell short. Mavericks hung on for a 111-110 win. They beat Utah before that, but only by 3. They're better than Brooklyn right now, but do I want to lay 6? I don't know about that. Brooklyn, they've won 2 in a row, 3 of their last 4. Since the coaching change of Steve Nash. We'll see if they're trying to get some better harmony. To be honest with you, it's probably a good thing for this team that at the moment Kyrie Irving is suspended. It's maybe getting this team to really focus on playing basketball, maybe better basketball. There ain't no cure for the Sumner Time Blues. Sumner, the point guard right now for the Brooklyn Nets, filling in for obviously in that spot right now with Irving out, O'Neal, Durant, Ben Simmons, Nick Claxton, the starting 5. I'm passing on this game, but it just feels like Dallas should win, could cover, but I don't know if I want to lay this many, and it wouldn't shock me either if Brooklyn hangs around and takes it down to the wire. So I'm back and forth on this game. I'm passing on it. What do you think, Skee, Brooklyn, Dallas?
Yeah, I'm looking and I feel a couple different ways. First off, I don't agree with the total moving up. Both of these teams are playing in bottom 5 in pace last 5 games, and Brooklyn top 5 defensive rated team in that span. So I don't know. I think it'll be a slow paced game. We know how Luka plays. They're walking it up the court. So I don't know why it's going up so much. I just don't agree with that. And then from a side perspective, Dallas does have the rest advantage, but I feel like, just one of you guys mentioned it, no Steve Nash, no Kyrie, and they can focus now, and they finally playing good, getting a little bit of chemistry going. I would expect it to keep going. You're giving them 6 points here. Maybe you chop it in half and go first half, but I wouldn't be laying with Dallas here. It'll be Brooklyn or nothing for me, and it'll be under as well.
My big concern, though, is against Luka in particular, because Brooklyn, I think, can hang. Their defense, you're right, it's been better. They've slowed it down. But, Sumner against Doncic at that spot, my goodness. Talk about a tough assignment for Sumner, for Brooklyn, trying to handle that guy tonight one-on-one at the point guard spot. What do you think here, Dutch? Muted.
My bad. My dogs is acting up, so I don't want to hear y'all have to hear that. My fault. Shout out to our guy, Alfonso Scott. I need money. New viewer, Boogie Man. I like that. Boogie Man. I see you, man. Appreciate you vibing out with us. Yeah, man. This game is, like I said, I really want to bet Brooklyn here first half. And, maybe they probably decide for a full game. I don't know. James likes Mavs here for trifecta, but I don't see it, man. Like our boy Chris said, I believe these motherfuckers don't cover, bro. Like, how do I not cover over the week on Friday with the Mavericks? That 3-point shot, the OG hit. I got a -3. Like I just feel like these Mavericks find a way to win, but they don't cover fucking basketball games. Brooklyn is playing with a chip on their shoulder. I like what I'm seeing from Brooklyn. They're playing team basketball, and they got probably right now. I love me Luka, but when KD going, man, they got the best thing going probably, and they're playing through him, and damn near. When he's off the court is the only time they really ain't looking good. And then he gets back on the court and he's doing his motherfucking thing. So I wanted to bet Brooklyn here first half in particular, and I lean full game here because I think Dallas wins the basketball game, but I think they fuck around and let Brooklyn stay in it. But no need for me to bet this game. I will be watching. Hopefully Luka Doncic can start shooting a little bit better from three-point range because that might be the thing that gets us to start covering games. He's busting ass the whole thing, getting all these unbelievable numbers, breaking all these records, and he's still only shooting 24% from the three-point line. So if he can get that up maybe to 30 and 32, 33, we can start covering some fucking basketball games, and I can start betting on the Dallas Mavericks here.
All right, Wham Bam.
Yeah, man, I'm on this game, man. And Dutch talked about it, bro. Just the games that he's crossing off, I'm taking them, bro. I'm just taking them, man. And it's the Nets first half. They haven't lost in the first half on the road yet. Now, the Mavericks haven't showed me anything that they can't cover the first half at the house or so far on the road or whatever. It's just that I believe that the Nets are trending in the right direction. Just like Dutch was saying, I think they're trending in the right direction. I'm hoping that they're not switching everything like my guy Luke, like my guy Bubeno said. I hope they're not switching everything and it's Sumner on Luka. I hope it's Morrisley, Ben Simmons, who's I believe is expected to play in this game. Hopefully it's just him and he could do something. You know what I mean? But I think KD does hold it down in this regard. I love what Royce O'Neal is doing on the three-point side. He's actually have been going over his assist prop as well, being able to move the ball around. So Nets first half, man, +3, -105 is an official bet for me. Again, they haven't lost yet. I'm going to continue to try to go to the window with this until it loses. So, again, Brooklyn Nets first half, that's what we're rocking with.
All right, next one, Sacramento, Golden State. Golden State 8-point home favorites, 234.5 the total. So on one hand, it's like, hell no, we can't lay it with Golden State right now. That's how bad things are with the 5 straight losses. Brutal road trip, 0-5 on that road trip, but they come back home. The starters in particular have been off since the Orlando game on November 3rd. They all pretty much sat the next game. So part of me says, how can you lay points with this team? And all Sacramento's doing right now, covering point spreads, 3 of the last 4. They've been a good point spread team lately. The other part of me says if Golden State's up for it and brings their A game, they can destroy Sacramento. So what's it going to be tonight is the question. I think if you like Golden State, so that's why I'm staying off the game. But if you like Golden State, maybe the first half, because I bet Golden State the last time they hosted Sacramento, and I took it full game, and Sacramento just totally got through the back door in the fourth quarter. Golden State fell asleep. So I think if you're going to bet the Warriors here, you at the very least want some of your bet on the first half, if not the entire bet, rather than the full game. What do you think here, Skee? Sacramento, Golden State.
Yeah, obviously Sacramento's been playing better than Golden State lately because Golden State has lost 5 games in a row. But, I mean, we know Golden State is better than what they've been showing. The players Steph specifically has been speaking out about it in the little interviews and just saying they need to correct stuff now. They didn't play the star players in their last game, so they got the rest advantage already. They should be even more rested because of that. And the last time that they played that you was talking about, Bobano, Warriors was killing them the entire game. And then Steve Kerr just took the starters out, started playing around with the lineups, and let them come all the way back and backdoor cover. So this is a team that they can definitely, take advantage of and blow out. And Golden State at home. Golden State rested at home off of a loss. As a favorite of 7 or more. I have them as 35-11. Going back to 2015, I have them as 14-2 against the spread since 2019. And like I mentioned, the last loss against the spread was at 1 versus Sacramento. So I do think they get the job done here. It's been thinking about it all day. I didn't play it yet, but I really think Golden State could, smack them up here first quarter, first half, full game.
It might be a trifecta spot here, potentially leaning that way is Skee. And it was 113.94 for Golden State after the third quarter against Sacramento earlier this year. And then it ended 130, 125 because, again, Kerr screwed around with the lineups, pulled everybody out, and they fell asleep, Golden State, with the big lead. So that's what happened. But it was 113.94 Golden State after the third quarter. So I think the first half probably is a good look here for the Warriors. What do you think, Doug?
Yeah, shout out to Star Videos, new name in the chat, liking the Warriors first half as well. BJ says the Warriors will win. Well, goddamn, way to go out on a limb, my guy. Are they going to cover the motherfucking basketball game? They're probably like minus fucking 300. They better win the fucking basketball game, goddamn it. Mark Right out. Good to see you, my man. Good to see you, my man. Lance as well. Good to see you. Everyone hit the motherfucking like button and run it up right now. Let's do that. Share the video before we get the fuck up out of here. This game right here, man. Hey, look, what about De'Aaron Fox, though? You know, we talk our shit about the Kings, but was that not one of the coldest motherfucking game winners y'all seen in recent time on Saturday? Tell me he wasn't just like, walking the motherfucking dog and then pulled up from fucking 35 to end this bitch. That was a beautiful thing.
In overtime to boot.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Like they thought it was going to OT, like, and the hand was in his face. But obviously, I don't think Hampton, I believe, expected him to pull up that deep. But shout out to De'Aaron Fox, because that was real nice, my guy, real nice. And I believe he'll have a game tonight, because who can guard him? Who can guard him? Not Steph fucking Curry. I mean, and I believe Curry on the other hand will cook it up too. So I expect, this game. This game, honestly, I would only look Golden State, but this game to me has De'Aaron Fox scoring an awful lot of points and Steph Curry doing the same damn thing, So that's what I would look here props wise. And I think Golden State, I mean, they need to get right. It's home against in the Bay, and they got Sacramento in town. It sounds like a pretty good spot to get right here with the Warriors, but I don't have a bet on this game.
All right, just maybe the Fox prop, if anything, for Dutch Wemby.
Yeah, I'm pretty close to pulling the Warriors as well. It's just fuck, man. They defense sucks, man. They defense sucks, dude. Like they can't defend anything, man. It's just like they're the worst. They're allowed the most points to opponents, and obviously that's the big thing that's the big thing about them is that their defense is sketchy, but they keep their offense there. The offense is going to be there tonight. I do agree with that. I do think their offense is going to be there, but can they lock down and stop this team in the Kings? Now, bro, it was a great game winner, but, bro, it was against a terrible, terrible team. You know what I'm saying?
On,
so the Kings shouldn't get no credit for that shit. Like, they should be getting points deducted. They need points deducted for that shit, bro. I ain't going to lie. So, I think Babano and Skee are on the right thing here. I think if they buy in defensively and get everything locked in, they should be able to cover this game quite quickly. And then I forgot about that game that Skee mentioned. I forgot that was against the same exact team. So they may be really pissed off about that. They may be really pissed off. Even though they won, they could kind of circle this as a revenge game almost. You know what I'm saying? You could almost circle this as a revenge game. So I think that the Warriors are the spot. I just haven't pulled it yet. That's just the way I'm looking, but I'm right there with y'all. I'm scared to track that defense, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm scared to back it.
That's why I'm not taking the over, because I wanted to. I'm like, why am I not taking this? So I worry they show up on defense tonight, because I think they're talking about it. Let's see if action speaks louder than words for Golden State tonight, if they follow through on that, no question. All right, next game is the easiest pass on the board for me, but we got to talk about it. Lakers and Jazz. Utah 6.5 point home favorites. 227 the total in this game. Look, the number's gone up 3 to 6.5. No LeBron, no Lonnie Walker, no Pat Bev tonight. It looks like Anthony Davis is going to play for the Lakers, but this team had that. How did they beat the Pelicans? How? Somehow they did in that game. And since then, of course, they've been 0-2 straight up and 8. They missed their free throws. That's how they won that game against New Orleans. But since then, obviously, it's not been good. They lose to the Cavaliers. They get blown out by Utah, the Lakers. And now they'll face Utah again. But here's the thing. The Utah Jazz were 3.5 point underdogs in L.A., and now here they are. They're laying 6.5. And look, Utah's on a roll right now, I guess. I'm still shocked this team's playing this well. 8-3 to start the season. It's been unbelievable. You'd have to give, after 1 month of the year, this young kid that coach for Utah, the coach of the year right now, what he's doing. 4-1 straight up, 5-0 ATS. It's been a great run, but they've been a dog in almost every game, and they've only been favored twice against Houston, and they lost one of those games outright, and then the other they did not cover as favorites. So 0-2 ATS as favorites. I'm not ready to lay this kind of number with Utah. As much as I don't think the Lakers are any good, I'm not laying this much with Utah. Easy pass. Skee, what do you think? Lakers, Jazz.
Backwood, this motherfucker.
All right. Yeah.
Why bet it? Why? Dutch, what do you think?
Well, shit, man. This was exotic as a motherfucker to me this morning when it was, a little lower. Now all this news came in, and she probably still laid the motherfucker with the Jazz. They gonna play sweet music on that Laker ass. Believe it, man. Hey, they garbage, bro. Now Russ is the best fucking player on the team. Now, shit, what the fuck happened here? In 2 weeks, 10 days, the whole motherfucking chain to change. But shout out to Russ playing his part off the bench. I mean, LeBron, man, he ain't even shooting air ball. He's shooting like the shit's 2 feet short. It's like, what the fuck's he playing on? He be dunking with his kids on that little small ass hoop, and it's fucking up his game, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on with LBJ, but he don't look the same. He don't look the same, bro. He really don't. So, yeah, I'm all over Utah here, but I'm not going to sit here and give it out, when we 3, 4, all these numbers later now. So, I have 5 plays on the day. I counted as 4 on the show. But, yeah, man, Utah's it, bro. They play the best basketball. When I watch them play, they literally play like just no stress, almost like playing in the bubble. If you remember watching people when we watched the bubble play, that's almost what you get out of Utah. These motherfuckers just do what they do, bro. They steady do what they do. They act like they got no nerves. They got 5, 6 guys out there that'll drop 30 on your ass, and you better guard that 3-point line with these boys. So Utah gonna put it on the Lakers just like they did the other day. So I expect the same. So I like Utah here, but the numbers getting a little carried away. But stay the fuck away from LA, man. Hey, AD, is he going to? Is he gone? I mean, what did I see this morning? Touch on that, because I know Skee don't want to touch on these Lakers, but you want AD or is he gone too now? What's the deal, bro?
Yeah, he's questioning.
Bye.
Back with this motherfucker.
Yeah. AD trying to put that.
Say this: Jordan Clarkson, Lowry Markkanen's having the start to the season.
Don't let Sexton get hot.
Shit. Yeah, he's been remarkable. The Finn for the Utah Jazz. Where was this in Chicago? I'm sure is what Bulls fans are thinking right now watching him.
Day-to-day Davis.
Yeah, I mean, day-to-day Davis. That's exactly right. Clarkson's been, but no, they've been. Conley looks like he's gotten a little bit of a spark right now. I mean, they're playing great team basketball. Yeah, I have my doubts it's going to keep going for 82 games. They'll fall apart, I think, at some point. But right now, hasn't happened. Yeah, and Colin Sexton as well. Great job, as well. They got him in the Mitchell deal to Cleveland. So nice work for Utah. Again, I think they're eventually going to stumble, but right now they're feeling it. What do you think here, Wham?
Yeah, man. Back with this motherfucker, man.
All right. Yeah.
All right, the
Data,
final
Davis.
game. I'm amazed.
Pass that shit back to me, boys. Announcement. Man, these motherfuckers don't ever want to talk about the Lakers, man. Yeah. Oh man.
I'm totally amazed we got through 15 games in a little over an hour, but here we are. We've reached the end here. Cleveland and the LA Clippers. Cleveland Cavaliers, 4-point road favorites, 213 the total. I don't need to say anything more, but death taxes and Ian Cameron cashing tickets with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Give me Cleveland here. Cleveland's just been terrific to me. They're both on back-to-back, but you actually think about this spot. Cleveland played at Crypto Arena in LA yesterday against the Lakers during the day. The Clippers play a home game against Utah last night, the late game, very late at night, 110-102. So it's actually more rest for Cleveland because they played during the day on Sunday afternoon in that building. Clippers played Utah at night. Leonard's out. I don't think Kawhi's playing. I think he's already been ruled out for this game. John Wall out. Luke Kennard's a game-time decision. Reggie Jackson's a game-time decision. I don't even care about the Clipper injuries. This isn't about that. This is about Cleveland's a better basketball team right now than the LA Clippers. Cleveland, for me, the number's gone up. I agree. Skee, what do you think here? Cavs, Clippers.
Yeah, the real street clothes, wheelchair. I don't want nothing to do with the Clippers.
Day-to-day Davis and wheelchair. Gotta love that.
I don't want nothing to do with them. Reggie Jackson not playing either. Like the Clippers are just sorry right now. I don't know why. I'm gonna just talk like. Every single year, people look at this roster and, the Clippers going to do this, Clippers going to do that. I keep trying to tell y'all the Clippers are going to clip, man. Don't trust the Clippers.
Clippers look, Clippers are not 5-5, and it's not a pretty 5-5 for them, and 8-1 straight up in ATS for Cleveland in their first 9 games. What a job by this group! I love that backcourt. Holy Christ, I like their front court as well. It's absolutely outstanding with Mobley and Allen, Garland and Mitchell now in the backcourt. Great coach and Bickerstaff. What's not to like with this team? Inside, outside balance, play defense. Love this Cleveland team. They've been my number one moneymaker in the NBA. They've kept my NBA season afloat through the first month of the season. Dutch, what do you think?
Yeah, man, I second everything you said right here, Bobon. I'm real high on the Cavaliers. I knew they'd be a very bet on team, and they've even surpassed a little bit, even with guys in and out of the lineup. But yeah, man, we fade the Clippers here, man, all day. Even with the injuries in and out of the lineup, they don't know their fucking rotation. I think the Cavaliers, honestly, right now look like they played the complete basketball. Like they got a bench, they're all bought in, they're playing real team fucking basketball. Not to mention they have some studs on their fucking team. I mean, D. Mitch is playing out of his fucking mind. Every single category has fucking increased in his game since he left Utah, and it's
Kevin
like
Love
not by
looks
small margin.
revitalized. Kevin Love, yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Love. I mean, it's like a family there. You watch them. I mean, just example, if you watched on social media over the weekend when the Cavs came back at being down by halftime, had that. So who they give the chain? They got a chain that they give to the player of the game, right? Who they give it to? They gave it to their coach, bro. And then they did a team picture after that. That's that morale. That's that shit we talking about. That's the shit I want to be betting on. Cavs -4, good money. I got a better number, but it's good money, man. My man Bobano touched on 8-1 already against the spread to start the season. 4-1 straight up on the road. 5-1 against the last 6 on the road. And the Clippers are auto fade, especially at the fucking house. They ain't even really their fucking home, right? 4-0 ATS last 4 at the house. 3-7 ATS on the season, 2-11 straight up as a dog last 13. This right here is a clear fade spot with the LA Clippers. I'm all over the Cavaliers -4. It's good money.
Wham bam.
Hey man, I agree with everything everyone says. The only reason why I haven't bet this is because it's the last game of the night. Y'all know how I do. I just wait till the cash to roll in, then we'll possibly be on the Cleveland Cavaliers. I do have some skepticism. I'm kind of skeptical here on them being able to have that whole night, like Dan Kelly says, to go out and hang out. A couple of these guys are UCLA, California guys, and Mobley and Kevin Love there, Luke Walton as well on that side there. So I wouldn't be surprised if they was hanging out doing their thing. But the problem with the Cavs to start the season for me is I want to see if they're going to be able to shoot more threes. Man, they've been kicking ass in that regard, bro. 4th in 3-point percentage so far this season. This team and the Clippers, bro, they haven't been good at all defensively. 30th in points per game offensively. They've been terrible, bro. Like, they just haven't been able to score. You got guys out the lineup. Wheelchair hasn't really played. Like, we talk all this stuff about Data Davis. He kind of been available. You know what I'm saying? He kind of been available now. He probably going over the falls per game. You know what I'm saying? He going over that, but at the same time, he getting back up, holding his back, and running down the floor. The boy ain't even coming out to play. So I think that this team for the Clippers, they taking all Ballmer's money. I think it's time for us to get some money against them, bro. And that's the Cavs, man. The number one ATS team so far in the Cavs, going against one of the worst ATS teams so far in the Clippers, bro. It's not that easy, but sometimes it is. And I think this is a good, easy spot for the Cavs, bro.
All right. Clean sweep.
It's
Like
off the board right now, Cole Leon. So
yeah,
maybe Reggie Jackson and Luke Kennard both scratched. Those were the only two I seen questionable. Hopefully no fuckery here for the Cavaliers.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It's still not going to keep me off Cleveland because even if they lose tonight, who cares? I've won 8 times betting this team. Like, I honestly think I've bet them every one of their wins this year. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I do, bro. I do.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. No question. Great show. I mean, unbelievable. 15 games. I don't think we've ever had this many before on one show, but incredible. Huge card. Hit the like button on the way out. We got no time to run the ads, but I will say this, Southtown 101, San Antonio. Make sure you stop in there. Great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke, and manscaped.com. 20% off your purchase using promo code PubSports. Remember, college basketball net profit season premiere, a couple minutes. Coming up right after this show with me and Connor Mack, so stay tuned for that. Best bets to wrap up this edition of the NBA Pub Up. Skee Profit, best bet. What do you like?
Best bet for me, I'm gonna go with Denver Smack City. I really think they smacked them boys up tonight. Spurs can't fuck with the Nuggets.
There you go. Denver Nuggets to roll San Antonio again. Skee Profit, best bet. Dutch, freshest look.
Yeah, man. Freshest look, man. The Cavs -4, but if it's off the motherfucking board, I'll give you Suns -2.5. Hey, they're going to eat all day in motherfucking Philly. Believe it. Get that cheese. Good money.
There you go. Liking that one there. Phoenix Suns, freshest look for Dutch. Wham Bam, best bet.
Bucks first half -2, 4-0 ATS on the road, 2-7 ATS in the first half for the Hawks. Let's go Bucks. Bucks first half.
There you go. Milwaukee Bucks first half against Atlanta. Best bet for Wham. My best bet, off the board or not, was my best bet. I picked it before the show. I'm sticking with it. Cleveland -4 against the LA Clippers. They've been rocking and rolling with me. I've been rocking and rolling back in this team every game. Cleveland -4 against the LA Clippers. Best bet for me. That'll wrap it up for this edition of the NBA Pub Up. Thanks to everyone for joining us. Hit the like button. 319 live viewers. Net Profit College Basketball. Connor Mack and I coming up next for Dutch Boy Fresh, Trot Wham, Skee Profit. I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Monday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. No show tomorrow because there's no NBA tomorrow. So a day off for the NBA Pub Hub. Election day, no games tomorrow. That's just something they decided to. So Wednesday, we will be back. It'll be me, Dutch for sure. We'll see if we get a third. We might get Durrell joining us on Wednesdays moving forward if he's able to. So, but we will be here Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific for another edition of the NBA Pub Up right here on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Yeah, man. Salute to them real ones. AOD, Aaron G, I see you. Alfonso, Scott, Lucky Power, and Eric Nisbet, Tasha Plays. Man, like, subscribe, and share the motherfucking video. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed. Let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.